When you play the Game of Thrones, you
Subscribe and like.
or you die. There is no middle ground.
Alright, hello YouTube, welcome back to the Grease Comedy YouTube channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking about who is Azor Ahai and the possible candidates and who it could possibly be. But before we get into the video, if you guys like to like, subscribe, and comment, please do it. Helps the channel grow, reach your appeal that might like this content as well. And let's get into the video. So, the first couple candidates we can consider, right? I'm just going to list off a bunch of characters that possibly could fit it. Stannis would be one, just because we're told repeatedly by Mel that he could be Azor Ahai. I don't think that it is. I think we're given a lot of evidence that he is not, whether that's through Maester Aemon remarking about Stannis' sword, or just other general things that I don't think Stannis fits it. Daenerys would kind of be your next option. So Daenerys, I think, is a bit more interesting because we have this idea of the Red Comet coming up after the dragons are born, right? We have the idea that a Wood Witch, once prophesied that the Prince was promised, would be born of a line from Aerys and Rhaella. Daenerys is the daughter of those two, so she fits that prophecy. And then also that they would be born amidst salt and smoke. And the midst salt would be Dragonstone, which is an island, for you guys that don't know. And then also, it would be amidst smoke, so that would be after she is kind of, after Khal Drogo's burning pyre. She would come back up from that, so that's another thing that you could, do say. Also, she kind of awakens the magic in the world at this point as well. So there's a lot of things in there that could support Daenerys being Azor Ahai as well. So I'm going to continue on going through the characters because I'm going to tell you guys right now, I don't think there's a single Azor Ahai character. So moving on to our next candidate, we have Jon Snow. I think this is who most people believe is Azor Ahai. There's a lot of things where we're going to enforce shadowing, like, for instance, Mel, whenever she's looking for Azor Ahai or anything like that, it just comes up with Jon. And we see other things like Jon being kind of born amongst, salt and smoke, more or less, right? So you have when Bowen Marsh cries, right, on Jon's wounds, there is like smoke. And then also you have the prophesied salt or whatever. And then also you have Sir Patrick's bloody starlight heraldry in the air above. So those are kind of your two things to kind of fit that prophecy there. And then Jon actually has a dream where he fights the others with a red sword burning in his hand. More foreshadowing there, maybe. We also have that Jon, I think a lot of people believe, is the true son of Rhaegar. I believe this. I think a lot of other people do as well. This would also satisfy the whole idea of coming from the line of Aerys and Rhaella through Rhaegar. Another idea would be that Jon, he's loyal to the Night's Watch, and he kind of goes over his love for Ygritte, which could be seen as kind of sacrificing, to where Azor Ahai sacrifices Nissa to complete the Lightbringer thing. That could be there as well for Jon. Moving on down, I think we have our last candidate for me would be Aegon. So Aegon Targaryen is a character we're not even sure if he's actually the legit son of Rhaegar, but if he is, it would go through the Rhaella and Aerys line, so it would fit that prophecy. Also, his own father Rhaegar believed that he was the prince that was promised. And also, like Daenerys, Aegon was born on Dragonstone, and also the Dragonmont on Dragonstone is a smoking volcano, which would be the amidst smoke part. And then on the night of his conception, a red comet was seen above King's Landing, so you have that similar to Daenerys as well. So we have a lot of characters here. I'd say there's 4 real standouts. Some people have maybe theorized Victarion, because of what Moquaro says about him having a great future in the service of R'hllor. I don't think that's what he means, as in he's the prince that was promised, because Moquaro himself thinks that Daenerys is the prince that was promised, or Azor Ahai. So when we look at all of these ideas, I think what is interesting is that George R. R. Martin constantly thinks that prophecies are very dangerous, right? That prophecies, for the most part, are not what they seem. If we look at Star Wars, right? The prophecy was something that the Jedi interpreted incorrectly. They thought that by bringing balance to the Force, it meant that all the Sith would be eliminated forever and would never return. That's not really how the prophecy went, right? And I think that is something that you look at A Song of Ice and Fire. I don't think there's going to be one Azor Ahai. I think there's multiple characters that fit the bill that will be involved in some sort of play to bring down the others. So that could be Daenerys sacrificing herself and maybe her dragon, or maybe, I don't know if she's going to have all three of her dragons at this point. I would highly doubt by the time the fight with the others starts, she has all three. But let's say one or two, she sacrifices a dragon and herself, trying to defeat the others. That could be the sacrifice of like Nisa, like that is talked about. But it's different in the way it's done in the prophecy, right? So Jon, theoretically, could be the person that ends up with a Lightbringer sword, right? Maybe. This could be Longclaw. We're not sure. So there's a lot of things here, right? Where I think Aegon is a person that helps unite the kingdoms. Maybe he's involved some way or another in helping fight the others. So to me, my answer to who is Azor Ahai, I don't think there's going to be one. And you guys ask me this a lot in streams and in comments. I just don't think there is an Azor Ahai. I don't think it fits George R. R. Martin's writing to have this one character that's just our hero and savior. I just don't see it. And I think with a lot of the foreshadowing he gives other characters, I just don't think there is one. I think the main two candidates are Jon and Daenerys, if there's going to be one. But at the same time, I don't think there's going to be. So thank you guys for watching. And let me know, who do you think is Azor Ahai? Right? Do you think maybe it is Stannis? I don't think it's Stannis personally because of a lot of the things that we've seen. But I think Stannis is going to be another character that ends up sacrificing himself for the rest of the living at probably Winterfell or something after he takes it. But let me know what you guys think, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye, guys.
If you think this has a happy ending, you haven't been paying attention.